Shuck it, duck it.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's going on? I don't see no picture up there. You know,
you don't?
You couldn't be on national TV like that, you know. You gotta
hold on. You don't see a picture?
No, ma'am. It's a blank screen.
The blacker you are, the prettier you are.
Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, they say. Is that what they say now?
Jill, my hand is up.
Okay. I mean, I always have you go last because you always want to give your greetings. So, Sean, what's going on?
Oh, okay. My slide was over. Sorry.
Oh,
that's all right.
Hey,
Sean?
Enjoying my 50th week of my 50th birthday. So yeah. I'm still
happy birthday! Woo,
Thank
woo.
you.
Yeah, happy birthday. Hope you have many more. You done reach a half a century.
Yeah, half a century.
As always, hello, boys and ladies. Wonderful viewing audience. It's always a pleasure to be with you. I want all my friends to do me a favor. And viewing audience, I'd like for you to share. Please. Information is so important, and you help us get the word out. We're a team, and we want to give you the best possible information we can give you. Okay? So thank you so much. Remember, share. Thank you. Now, Julius, tell me, I ran into you today. We went to a celebration, the Liberty City Community Center today. We seen some who is who come up today.
You want to talk about that?
No, I was just saying, I'm not going to give no one no free publicity.
I called you and asked you what was your location. You told me where your location was, so I came out to say something to you. I meant to give you something else, but I forgot. But we'll give it to you tomorrow.
Well, the reason I was a little delirious, you forgot, I had a root canal this morning at 8 o'clock.
Right.
And really, I don't know if any one of you guys ever had a root canal. There's no picnic with the drills and the needle. It's a painful event, my opinion. And I know a lot of people thought I had false teeth. And these are my real teeth in my head. And I have about 7 to 8 root canals all over my mouth.
Well, the doctor didn't take the right thing out. He should have took your brain out. Anyway.
No, you should have said the tongue. Why would you take my brain out, Julius? You're cruel.
The brain operates the tongue. We want to say hello to Bernard White, to Oof Ellis, to Kenneth Jenkins. Yes, Mr. Jenkins, I did get your email. I'll send it over to our editor, and she will make the decision on what is put into the Hello Savannah magazine. We have a lot of stuff that we're doing. I think this month is supposed to be he said hello Fannie Lou. Like
hey.
But we're supposed to be doing the April edition is supposed to be a wedding edition. So we'll see what's happening with that. We're going to be making some changes to the magazine for the better, so that we'll be able to have everybody wanting to pick it up. So it's a lot of stuff coming. So y'all just
let me ask you a question. Why did you pick April? Because more people get married in June than any other time of the year?
Yeah, April is when they start shopping for doing their weddings.
Right.
And so a lot of weddings take place in May, June, July, August.
I think June probably lead the number one month. I'm just speculating.
Yeah. June is a popular month for weddings.
Yeah.
You got married in June?
Oh no. Charlene and I got married
in September.
Actually in December, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I was trying to keep from buying her a Christmas gift, and if I got married her, I wouldn't have to invest no more money for Christmas because she'd be my wife. So I didn't, and so she had asked me. She said, "You think we're doing the right thing?" I said, "I already got the hotel key, so I wanted to save money." I wanted to save money. So I said, why don't we just go get married?
Oh, Lord.
So I save on Christmas and I save on the hotel room.
Lord.
The hotel room, what, $1.50?
No, at that time. No, it wasn't. No. At that time, I think I paid, what she'd give me $2 towards it. I think I paid $17.
Woo!
Oh, Lord.
And ask if she got some sleep. She got about 8 hours of sleep because I was asleep after about 30. Well, yeah, I was asleep about 30 minutes.
That's too much information.
Fannie Lou.
That's too much information.
Fannie Lou.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Man, it's so much going on. I've been really, really busy with this promotion, y'all. But it's so much going on in Houston. Did y'all hear about this 25-year-old guy? He picked his daughter up from the school, from her daycare, 2 years old. And he took her to Walmart and slapped the mama around a couple of times because he suspected her of messing around on him. Then he drove off, high-speed chase, and as he's high-speed chasing, he's on FaceTime with the girl, choking the child to death, saying, "This is what you made me do."
Lord.
No, not his child.
His own child. And and see, this it's just this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
We're gonna pray for him because I want to get to the topic of the night because the gloves are off.
I don't even think he need prayer.
What's the
He
topic
just need his
tonight?
ass whipped.
But let me bring it back to Chatham County. Let me tell y'all folks from Chatham County.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Where you going at? We ain't even got general discussion yet.
I know. I don't want people to know we got these superintendent search meetings. Don't let these folks pick your superintendent and get mad because you ain't showing up to the feedback sessions. That's where I'm coming from. That's why I'm late.
Okay.
So we got to start participating because what we like to do is complain on the back end when these people give folks have given us opportunities to participate. So
nobody showed?
Huh?
Nobody showed up?
Maybe about 20, 30 people. That beach auditorium should have been packed, but I'm not going to digress because we got to move on. Because Charlie and Sean will be talking about all kind of foolishness.
No, listen, I appreciate that PSA that you just give to people out there and to make them aware. So what you get is that what you're going to have, but you had no input and you had an opportunity. Now I'm going to tell you what the Browns did. We took the survey and we also went Neil Jenkins, but we ran out of time. But we did take the survey, Robert.
Well, yeah, Why didn't they have it then? Well, that's why they need people to come to this, Mr. Jenkins, so that you can make those same comments. That was a comment made that maybe we should look in the district. There was some comments maybe we should look out the district. But if we're not there to give the comments to the people who are on a search firm, then they can't. Then they're going to make decisions based on what they got. So we got to show up, folks. All right, Julius, what's your general discussion?
Why are we such a reactive people?
Why y'all just say, man, we got 2 people we got to talk about tonight. 3.
Well, we'll get to all of that. But
today I saw looked like somebody was breaking in cars on Liberty Street.
Black hoodie. The guy in the black hoodie.
Yeah, you saw that guy. Yeah. This guy had a black hoodie on.
It looked like
he was going from car to car, and I said, "What the world?"
I got a video.
What was he doing?
It looked like he was trying to peep in the cars. I don't know exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, I was doing work.
We need to have we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
anyway, our topic of discussion, because we got a lot to do tonight. We got to finish down the case against Van Johnson Part 2 with all the subjects. We got Dr. Deidre Grimm coming on to tell us about the Waterworks building over there on Styles and Grenette at the new arena that should be for the public to get information out to the public and for the kids of that community to have computer labs and other type stuff to find jobs. It should be all for all this, but when you got people involved who don't care about the community, then they'll take your idea and make it into something else. And before you know it, they'll be done turn that building into something else. So Deidre Grimm will be on tonight to tell us about what we need to do on that. She'll be in at 8 or 8:30, one of the two. And we got 2 topics of general discussion. What's the date? The
22nd.
22nd. We got 2 topics general discussion 3/22/23. And they are 2 topics that I think we'll have a lot of fun with. And one of them, the first one is the Isley brothers. The Isley brothers, if y'all don't know the backstory, Ronald Isley, who is the head, the only one that you probably could recognize, only probably Mr. Brown can recognize the other brother. But I couldn't recognize the other brothers if they came up. Mr. Brown, he probably a big Isley Brothers fan, and just like I can tell y'all who every Jackson 5 is. Mr. Brown can tell y'all who every Isley brother.
You
especially one named Rudolph.
You got a point, but the point we're trying to make, how they trying to just steal all their material. Go ahead, Julius.
Well, what it is one brother is suing the other brother.
Right.
And he's suing him because he's saying that he's not getting any of the money from the Isley brothers marketing.
As a group.
Right. He said that Ronald is stealing all the money. and not giving him anything. And since the other brother died, it was a 3-way split, but now it's a 2-way split, and Ronald isn't giving him anything. And I kind of understand what he's saying, but still, I think Ronald should give his brother something. But I know that Ronald is the face of everything. The only Isley brothers I know, if Ronald Isley came on stage, I know who he is. If the other brother came up to me and slapped me, I wouldn't know who the hell he is.
True.
You know, so they are suing each other in court for the rights of the logo and the marketing and the patent for the Isley brothers.
He said that Rudolph, that's the other brother that's doing the suit. Right. He said that Ronald secretly went and backdoored him and took all the rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already in motion, like, hey, everything Isley Brothers belong to me, Ronald Isley, and all the rights and everything is to me. That's already done. He secretly went and backdoored the brother like that.
Well, you know what? I really feel bad because it showed that we as a people, period, we seem to always in dispute, but it's not about the color. It's about money. Always follow the money. Everything is about money at the end of the day. And brothers against brothers and sisters against sisters, it all boiled down to money. I've seen families being torn apart when moms or dad die and don't have a will. I have never seen people turn on each other. So I don't think color got nothing to do with it, but one color, and that's green, and that's sad.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very sad. And that's sad that happened because I was under the impression when I was young, those brothers had it together. They had Sight the World. They was out of, I think, Houston, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Sonya, they was from Houston, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, the Isley brothers from
Tell
Houston.
them, Sonya, you from Savannah.
Yeah.
No, but she live in Houston now, and she a part of this show, and she real nosy. I mean, I'm sorry. What went on? But that's where they from.
We're trying to see where the Isley brothers are really from.
You know, it could be.
They were from up north.
No, they're from.
Yeah, I was thinking they was from like Detroit or somewhere.
Google it real quick, Sandra.
It could be Texas. You know what I'm thinking about? You know what I'm thinking about? The Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose. I think they're from Houston. Treat her like a lady. Y'all ever heard of them? Cornelius brothers.
Like a lady.
Right. Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose.
Sing it, Charlie.
Huh?
Sing it.
10 green ballers hanging on the wall.
Wow.
If one green baller should accidentally fall, there'll be 9 green ballers hanging on the wall.
Come on, baby.
Where they from now? Somebody look up where they from. You in the audience? We need a little help. I think they're from Texas some way.
Well, okay. Well, we'll find out in a few minutes where the brothers.
They're from Cincinnati, Ohio. They're from Cincinnati, Ohio. Lincoln Heights, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah,
Ohio. Okay.
I know it was somewhere up there.
Well, I want the viewing audience.
Now, hold on. James Bondwell say Teaneck, New Jersey.
No, James Bondwell is absolutely wrong. Julian, ask someone to look up where the Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose. I think they're from Texas.
Hey, Ronald Jenkins. Kenneth Jenkins is doing a darn good job of researching and putting up real fast. Well, Kenneth, you might want to talk to Mr. Charlie Brown about being our researcher.
Oh yeah, okay.
And we just want to say hello to Kenneth Jenkins, and we will say hello to James Bondwell, Tawana, Golden, Oof Ellis, Bernard White. Hello to all y'all, and we appreciate
And
y'all
please
watching.
tell them to share, Julie. Share. We need their input. We need your input, their input. We want to have the #1 show on the Black Media Network.
That's correct. Well,
I still want to know where the Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose from. Treat Her Like a Lady. Have you ever heard of them, Julia?
Treat Her Like a Lady.
Right. And that's their sister, Sister Rose.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not making that up.
Okay. Well, Kenneth would probably tell us in a few minutes where the Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose is from.
Archibald and the Drell. They're from Houston, Texas.
All right. Now here you go. He said the Isley Brothers are an American family musical group originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, that began as a vocal trio consisting of brothers Old Kelly, older one died, I think. Rudolph and Ronald in the 1950s. Lord, I wasn't even born. That's why I said Charlie would know. I wouldn't. I wasn't even
Julian, I was not born the same time in 1950. Do me a favor, come on.
Ronald Isley, it's amazing that 70 years later, this guy is still relevant. 70 years later, he's still singing and making music.
Wow.
Hey, Uncle Sean, happy birthday, happy 50th birthday. I know you forgot those 20 years that you was in a coma, but everything the Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose was an American family singing group from Florida, Diana Beach, Florida. It was formed in 1970 and gained popularity in the 1970s. It was composed of siblings Carter Cornelius, Eddie Cornelius, I remember Eddie, and Rose Cornelius, who were joined by Sister Billy Joe Cornelius in 1972. Cleveland Barrett, a childhood friend and an original member of the group, was killed in a car accident before their chart success.
Wow, I did not know they were from Florida.
Hey, see, you hired Kenny already, Charlie. That is great.
Yeah.
What kind of information he cutting and pasting and giving to us? That is awesome.
I'm
Appreciate
totally impressed.
If you can make it a little shorter next time, because see that covered all their faces. See, if it's like this right here, I can put it up there. If it's this right here, that cover their faces. And we don't want to cover those two guys at the bottom.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we know all about the Isley Brothers. It's a terrible thing. I'm gonna have the last word on it, unless somebody didn't have a word on it.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
This is show business, and sometimes you get into these things. Sometimes these things happen. There's nothing you can do about it. One brother is doing all the work, and the other brother's on the sideline. I mean, you should benefit to some degree, but you can't get 50-50 split if you ain't doing nothing. How you gonna look to benefit from somebody who's kept you relevant for the last 40 years? Y'all been out of whack for 40 years. So Ronald has been keeping y'all alive for 40 years, and now you want half of the proceeds when you should really be getting about 20.
It's actually closer to 50 years, because if you do the math, because I've been out of high school over 50 years, and that was back in 69.
You look pretty good for being out of high school for 50 years. What you say, Brother Sean?
Go ahead, Pat.
See, Charlie, you made the man forget his thoughts. We're going to go on Eric Mays. This is my man. I sent a memo to Chris, but Chris didn't get it to download Eric Mays. Have all y'all know about? I know Ronald knows about him. Charlie knows about him. Do you know about him, Uncle Sean?
Yes. Do
you know about him, Sean? Eric Mays? No. Really, the Flint, Michigan council member?
Y'all need to be on TikTok.
You don't know about Eric Mays.
You got to know about Eric Mays.
He is my hero. Eric Mays does everything that he's supposed to do for his constituents. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and then Charlie is direct opposite of what I think.
Roller.
That's Eric Mays right there. Show him again. Show him again, Robert.
Oh, no, he went with that. I put it up again. Hold on.
Show him again. Eric Mays is a American hero to me because he don't let you get away with nothing. He don't have no tact. He don't have no decorum. He wants it to be business. That's Eric Mays right there on Robert's screen. He is a council person. If you don't know him, look up Eric Mays. He's a council person out of Flint, Michigan. He don't play the radio with no damn body.
No, he don't.
Especially Becky's.
Well,
he don't play the music.
Well, my concern. Go ahead, Jew. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll look him up, and then y'all can get back with us with your comments and everything. But I know that Charlie has a different perspective.
Yeah.
So give it to us, Charlie.
Well, my concern with him, he does represent his constituent, but the problem is his tact. He talked in and out of Robert's rule. You have to abide by Robert's rule. And what he does, he be on the money, but he be out of turn, and they shut him down because he don't be in Robert's rule. That's his problem. If he can control his mouth, he can be a lot effective, but still have that same passion. If you're going to be in the game, you got to know how it's played. And he want to play it his way. It's not a dictatorship. You still have to use some sort of decorum for Robert's rule to make it work. And the reason you like him, Jew, is because you're a rebel without a cause. And you do the same thing.
Well, I'm a rebel with a cause. Go ahead. I'm a rebel with a cause.
Okay, I'll take it back. All right? I had the flow. Perfect example. You jumped the track on me. And that's what he does.
But I didn't take over. All I said was, I'm a rebel.
But he do take up.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of information. You know, you run the council, so you won't know what my point of information is? I am just telling you. He said just a week before he's scheduled to face a jury trial for disorderly conduct, City Council Eric Mays has been removed from another meeting for being disruptive. If he's disruptive because he cares. He's not being disruptive just because he wants to be. Go ahead, Charlie. What you saying before these other people? I'm saying we're gonna let others get involved, but I'm saying the man could be really effective and get more done if he stay within Robert's rule. That's all I'm saying. Get his point. He don't tell people, shut up. Don't you tell me to stop talking. I'm out of order, point of order. No point of order me. Nothing. I represent my constituent, not you. I don't have to answer to you.
If I may,
you go right ahead.
I see both sides of it. And I'm on I see the both. I agree that you there's decency and order, as we see in the church. But when you're in Flint, Michigan, and you see your people being poisoned, and when you see your people being disenfranchised, when you see your people getting killed, when you see your people have their knee on the neck, you throw that decorum shit out the window. And excuse my language, because there's a lot. I get the passion he carries, and sometimes when you can't get people to reason with you, when you can't get people to take their knee off of your constituents' necks, you got to do it by any means necessary. So I see both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one of the issues that y'all are having down in Savannah?
Ooh, great segue, Sean.
Isn't that, I mean, maybe if they were more like him, then their voices will be heard on the floor. I'm just saying, that's like sometimes sometimes you can catch, you know, the more flies with honey than vinegar. Sometimes, hey, just squash just squash them, period.
Well, we want to make sure that Kenneth Jenkins knows that he is a reckoning to someone to be reckoned with. He said he sounds like Keisha who's running for mayor now. he's a little. He's way past Keisha.
Right.
Keisha is smart with what she's doing. Eric is diligent with what he's doing. He's determined. He's passionate, and he's uncompromising. The thing is,
can I say this? I did cut you off. Can I say this? Keisha will get ready to say something, and Van will be rude to her and say, make it short. Now, how can he tell her how long to talk?
Exactly.
That's wrong. You do that.
That's rude. Now you just threw me off because now I'm gonna check you on you telling me to keep it short, and that just threw my item out the window.
They do it on purpose, Sean. They do it on purpose. They disrupt her. They disrupt her on purpose. And another thing they do, Sean, while she's speaking, they open candy wrappers and ball it up on the mic.
That's
wow.
It's very rude.
People, so it sounds crackle. It's real rude. And he does one person called her a ghetto bitch, and nothing was done about it.
And the reason they make the crackling sound, a great deal of people can hear exactly what she's saying from the crackling.
Right.
It's a diversion or distraction.
And it's being recorded.
When she went to speak the other day, he turned to her. It was her turn. She didn't interrupt anyone, not him or no one. And when she got ready to say something, he said, make it short and sweet. Make it short.
Well, and this one makes me a little disturbed by not only disrespecting her in that manner, but allowing Nick Palumbo to disrespect her in that manner. And I said it last night, and I'm going to say it again. I'm looking Nick Palumbo dead in the face. When you did that, what you fail to realize is this is a cultural thing about us folks, Nick, and that we all have black mamas. And when you did that to that woman, you did it to all our black mamas. And so help me God, I'm going to make godly sure that you're not reelected. Because you will never dare disrespect a black woman while I'm a breathing. And that's one thing that Deidre and that mayor couldn't tell you. But I'll tell you, because I ain't scared of you.
That's why they're awarding this man watermelon, because stuff like that happened.
Of course.
Stuff like that's why they're awarding him watermelon.
Sean, you might be 50 years old, and most people know when you throw watermelon, tap dancing at black people sometimes, it's like a racist slur. And that watermelon, they know it had to say, we don't care. We're going to get you a watermelon.
But Charlie, somebody say that came from a black business. I
don't care where it came from.
No matter where it came from, where he put it came from a black business for him to eat.
Right.
For him to eat.
It's not even watermelon season yet.
It didn't come from
exactly. Exactly.
They can't even watermelon season yet.
You're right.
Yeah.
But
they took that shit out the freezer, man.
But what we got to realize is that we are in a political season. I want Mr. Jenkins to understand that overboard is where all of them need to go. If you see Eric Mays, I want you to Google Eric Mays so you can see what Eric Mays does. He gets results. They haven't put him off the council. They haven't done anything to him because the people put him there, because he's doing what the people told him to do. Keisha is doing what the people have asked her to do. Bernetta is doing what the people have asked her to do. Alicia is doing what the people have asked her to do. So we need council people to go overboard. We don't need no rubber stamps just there doing what the mayor asked them to do, because the mayor has sold us out.
I will give you another instance. You guys, what do Charlie Brown always say? And I say it now. When people fail, they fail for two reasons. Lack of information and lack of knowledge. Now listen to me now. Keisha was confronting them about a truck that for $250,000 or $275,000. And she was saying, why do we need this particular truck? She didn't say, don't get it. She wanted to know why. And they cut her up and cut her down. And she's trying to protect your money.
Correct.
Look around your city. Open your eyes up.
But what? Look
You're
at
not a part of what's going on, and you're not holding him accountable. No one. She is trying to hold him accountable. She don't want to be mayor. The reason she decided she could not take it after she saw what was happening to all the black people in the community. Look down Montgomery Street. Look on River Street.
Well,
look on Indian Street. People, wake up. He spent $20 million on brick on Broughton Street, and we don't need Broughton Street to have bricks. Do it like we did Waters Avenue. Put in some lights and put in some disability sidewalks.
Well, let me bring something to y'all attention that dawned on me today. We will sit here and we gonna pop her hand. And this is black folk. Black folk is offended gonna pop her hand for calling Watermelon a racist. We're gonna pop her on the hand for being a bad girl, but you let them call that man, call her a ghetto black bee, and not now black person gonna say nothing about it. Come on, folk. Come on. We gonna sit here and let our children die in the streets, not have things to make them equitable, not have nourishment, but yet we will support a council of black folk going out there and put bricks on Broughton, while Tatumville in the 5th district, while the East Side folk can't even get their pothole filled. And y'all think that's progress? He doing a good job? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as all get out.
And Robert, and you know what's sad? I keep going back to people just don't know the information. We got people in a get you then. They still got dirt roads.
They're
no
dying.
Street lights over there, and you're gonna put $20 million in brick on Broad Street?
Who cares about dirt roads? They're dying because you got a cancer-driven company in the middle of the neighborhood giving them cancer daily.
I'm saying it's something wrong with this picture. You're not saying going to city council and say, why are we putting $20 million for tourists? We didn't have to do that to Broughton Street. Matter of fact, what's that funny word y'all like to use? Tabasco. It's messed up. If you make a right turn, you can tear your car downtown. Go drive down there and tell me if it's worth $22 million worth of bricks.
No, it's not. Not when my people, like you said, in Ogeechiton, which ain't even, that's District 1. But when you got black folk dying because you got a leadership that don't care about a plant
that's
right there in their neighborhood, killing them
right.
daily. And you don't even go over to see the problem because you got a house out in Pula. Now that's where yesterday, that's why I said the gloves are off. When I have been in meetings, I have been in conversations where I have been, and the other night, I was in a meeting where an alderwoman for this district lied to them people in their face and told a man who has an autistic child that you have adequate sidewalks in your neighborhood. Well, stupid, guess what? They're not ADA compliant. How about that?
Wow.
And that's what made me say the gloves are off. And I know a lot of people may not like it, but I don't care. It's not about me. It's about the folks in this community that are dying. And guess what? If you that stupid enough to spit in the face of your ancestors and to spit in the face of your elders, and we ain't need to be around each other anyway.
Well, being that you said that it's a council person that's doing something, you need to be more direct with the people and tell them what council person.
Oh, it's a scholarship, man. She said they lied to them folk in Tatumville.
Okay, well, tell them that. Don't leave them with a mystery so they can guess.
Well, I
They
tell
need
you
to
that.
know who you're talking about. This show is all about knowing who you're talking about.
As a matter of fact, Fannie, I had to call Fannie Lou. Fannie Lou in. I had to call Fannie Lou. I was so pissed off, man.
People, and again, if you know my background, if you know anything about me, you know I've been very political, and a lot of individuals in office that I helped put in office. Dr. Tanya Howard Hall in the 8th District School, I helped spare her campaign when she first ran. She will tell you that. I can give you a little history, but the key is that when you see me come out of retirement, I told Sonia Jackson, the tax commissioner, I say, I'm not planning to do no more election after you. Julius and I helped ran her campaign for her, and she won the tax commissioner. I'm not trying to brag, I'm trying to make a point. When you see Charlie Brown come out of retirement and come back, because I saw what was happening along Montgomery Street, Broughton Street. Look at West Savannah, like a third world country. It looked like that 40 years ago. Not that much have changed. And you got people gonna sit and tell me, oh, he's doing a great job. Yeah, I compliment him doing covert 19, whatever they call that, the hot mess we had. He did do a good job. I compliment him on that. But he have hurt the black community. I'm calling it for what it is. Look around you. Drive through the black community. Look at the construction. I'm not saying that his job is to give blacks construction job, but it started at the top. They watch him and they don't care. They say he don't care, we ain't gonna care.
Well, here's the thing, Charlie, and if you watch council meetings as I do, you will hear Alicia Miller Blakely ask the city manager, why is it that the same contractor always gets these bids? And we talked about this last night on Alicia's show. Deidre Grimm and I think me and Deidre are brother and sister for real. But if you look in the city of Atlanta, Deidre wrote this down so beautifully. If you look at the city of Atlanta over 20 years, go to Metropolitan, the report that's put out by the Metropolitan Planning Commission. If you look in the state of Georgia, the city of Savannah had 20 years of black leadership, and what do we have to show for it? During the same time, you look to Atlanta and look at their growth. Same state now.
Say it.
What's going on? So what that tells you? What that tell you? That we playing nice, playing diplomatic, and don't say nothing and don't make them people mad is out the door. And we don't have to cuss each other out and be rude to each other, but we gonna doggone stand up. And for those of you who don't realize that you got folk down there that look like us, who are not advocating for us, when you got folk down there that's sitting at that table who are blocking black businesses, they got to go.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. No, Mr. Brown. Hold on.
No, just short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you know what I feel bad about? I got a little bit of intelligence. They talking term limits, okay? Van is a cheerleader for term limit. Do you realize this will be going on his 24 years if he elected? And Estella is going on 16 years, and now all of a sudden they're saying term limit after they've done the damage? They shouldn't even be talking term limits. And Purdy is going along with it. Who is Curtis Purdy?
Well, I feel like it's better to fix the issue than to just say, well, we've been doing this for so long till, this is just how it's been done. No, even though they've been shit for the last 16 and 12 years and 20 years respectfully, it still doesn't mean that they don't need term limits, because they do.
No. Well,
and society needs to be protected from people like them.
You're correct. The voters do need term. The voters are their term limits. We just got to educate the voters. Now, I'm going to address Kenneth again. Kenneth say, bring back that money to Woodsville, Augusta Avenue, and all of West Savannah. That is absolutely correct. And that's where that money, that $22 million that they spent on bricks and downtown on one street, on Broughton Street, one street, that makes up not a lot of the tax base. One street, they spent $22 million. They don't spend $22 million in taxes on Broughton Street. They probably, all the businesses down there together, probably don't even make $22 million. And you spent $22 million on Broughton Street.
Hey, Julius.
Now, we want that to come back to Woodsville, Augusta Avenue, and West Savannah. But it's going to take all of y'all in Woodsville, Augusta Avenue, and West Savannah getting somebody to come to the polls with you to change out that administration. You got people who are for you, but y'all don't understand they fighting for you. The news press, y'all look at Channel 11 telling you that they all angry black women. But that's what the hell we need. And we need some angry black men to run for council, like that one right there, up in the corner. We want to get rid of that docile Estella Shabazz, who ain't doing nothing, who all she want to do is whisper, hey, black man. You know, she want to whisper to you so nobody can hear what the hell she's saying. We need to get rid of her and put people on the council who going to do what the people ask them to do. There's no reason for Clearview, Bayview, and the rest of this city to look like a junkyard. There's no reason for it to look like a third world country. This stuff got to be done.
Top of that, hey, 22 million on Barton. Why can't Weeping Time get $1 million?
Exactly. Brother Jamal, I see you on here. Was it something that you wanted to say before we go on?
Yes, I just want to say that you all should not be slandering our leadership.
Whatever. Get on out of here with that foolishness.
We muted him. We muted him.
Yeah. Because we not even going to have that tonight where you come in with the foolery and then start getting loud.
That's right. We're going to do what is necessary on this to educate the people. No, we shouldn't slander the leadership. We don't have leadership. We're not slandering leadership. We're slandering. We ain't slandering no damn body. We're telling the truth about people.
Thank you. There you go.
Shit.
Yes,
okay. And I understand. Jamal is our comedic person on the panel right now until he wants to get serious about subjects that he loves, and he loves his people. But right now, we're gonna tell you. Like Bernard say, I ain't got time to play. When we go to talking about these people, we ain't gonna have nobody come back. You can do it on Run Tell That next Wednesday.
But you're right.
The truth. They got a new show coming out. My way or your way.
We have excellent shows on Run Tell That. We had an excellent show tonight. We're gonna have an excellent show next week too.
That's what we did. Have an excellent show. The Gullah Smith. Y'all missed it. Y'all need to go back and watch it. The Gullah Smith. That's Gilbert Walker. He's doing some awesome things. Hello, Diane Dowse Brown, Brown Dowse, and hello, little Charlie Brown. Glad y'all can join us. Dr. Betty Jones. I think she out there somewhere too. Y'all share. We're going to be right back, and we'll get into the case against Van Johnson, and then hopefully Deidre Grimm will come on about 8:30 so that we can talk about the Waterworks building. But we're going to take 30 minutes to go over the last 5 subjects of the case against Van Johnson. We'll be right back.
Julius, before we go, Jamal, he should tell about the code enforcement, all them tickets they put on his car, too, on his work van. I saw him complaining about it, and that's not slandering him. That shouldn't have been happening. Do you remember that, sir, Jamal?
Oh, and I did you
remember?
Yes, and I went and addressed it, and that's what I'm saying. Because I just have to sit right here.
You were slandering them then too. Okay.
I didn't slander them. I didn't slander them, Charlie Brown. No, I didn't, Charlie Brown.
Take up our calls too. Don't worry about just your calls. Take up our calls too. We'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, before we go any further, I also want to tell everybody that this show is being sponsored by One Price Cleaners over in Garden City. If you haven't been there, go there. That's where me and Mr. Brown get all our clothes done. Bernard Brown, I know you going there soon. Sean, if you're ever in town and out of Midway, come on down. One Price Cleaners, Sean and his wife and family, they are running a great service for us at One Price Cleaners. Shannon, and we call him Dre. Yeah, Shannon.
The shirt I have on tonight. This is one of their shirts. I don't go to number one cleaner, and that's One Price in Garden City. And this shirt look good, and I look good in this shirt. So actually, I make the cleaner better because the way I look in the shirt.
That's correct. You do look good in that shirt.
Look at this shirt.
They got complete dry cleaning, laundry, and alteration services.
That's correct.
You just need to go there. They're at the Farmers Market in Garden City on Highway 80. Y'all make sure right there on the right before you go into the Farmers Market, look at that little shopping plaza. Right there on the right is right there in Garden City. Robert, make sure all your clothes go to One Price Dry Cleaners.
Hey, Bernard.
Jill.
Hey, what's up?
Jill, the best prices, and I'll shut up after this about the dry cleaner, but the best price on dry cleaning in this city and the best price on laundry shirts. I'm telling you, you can't beat their price.
Okay. What's up, Bernard?
And how y'all doing?
Hey, they say when truth appears, falsehood. When truth rises, falsehood is crushed to the ground.
Huh?
You ever heard that saying? When truth rises, falsehood is crushed.
I ain't never heard of that one.
Yeah, Jamal says it all the time. Truth, you arrived, and he got crushed to the ground. He's no longer here.
I don't believe nothing Jamal say. I don't believe nothing y'all say. Hey, Sonia. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, young man. How you doing?
Yeah. So what's up?
I had to clear myself. And RG, I was a little drunk, so I.
What did you be?
That's an inside joke.
I had a long day, man. I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta stick to the rule, like Mr. Brown said. I ain't gonna bring that rule on you. I'm
sorry.
The case against Van Johnson, part 2. We got about 4 or 5 subjects. And we want people to know we're just not here to criticize Van Johnson. We're gonna criticize any damn body ain't doing what they're supposed to do. Y'all gonna get it. Mm-hmm. Right here on this platform, on all our shows, you gonna get it. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to worry about this. Ain't a show against Van Johnson. This is a show against anybody that's a detriment to our community.
That's correct.
Now y'all take and run and tell that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I just want to make a comment to Bernard for a second, just a sweet one. I want you to keep one thing out of your mouth. Don't put a P word in the front of a certain person's name. And that's all I'm going to say. Okay. Now we can go
back
ahead.
to seriousness. But back to I was glad to do this said. When you and a lot of us on here,
the P word I'm talking about.
Yeah, a lot of us on here have been in different spaces and meetings and heard conversations. And when you see the disparities and the downright flagrant disregard for Black communities, you get enough is enough. Enough is enough. But let's go ahead. Let's get it going. Because a lot of people are going to get mad. But guess what? Take your mad and go to Memorial Health and let them fix you.
Well, we missed about 5 subjects last time. I think we caught the weeping time. We had Black businesses that you got 600 bars and only 8 of those bars are Black. People with alcohol license, and only 8 of that is Black in a majority Black city. That means that we're paying and patronizing everybody with alcohol, and we aren't any of the benefactors as a company to make any of the money. This is a tourist town now, and we understand that, but there is no equity in giving out licenses. We on the weeping time, I think, where we stopped at. We discussed it for a minute, but we got about 25, 30 minutes before Deidre comes on at 8:30. So let's get this here done. We got a whole hour left because we started late, and we'll go all the way through the whole hour. We got exactly 1 hour left. So if we can get to the weeping time, the weeping time is where the largest slave trade in the history of this country happened right here in Savannah, Georgia. And the mayor and his council, because let me explain something to y'all. The mayor can get anything passed that he wants to because he has 3 flunkies on there, 4 really: Curtis Purdy, Dietrich Leggett, Curtis Purdy, Dietrich Leggett, Linda Wilder Bryan, and Estella Shabazz. And Palumbo, but Palumbo is going to do what he wants. Yeah, Palumbo kind of like the mayor. The only ones advocating for us is Alicia Blakely, Keisha Gibson Carter, and Bernetta Lanier on that council in Savannah. Now, the mayor can get anything that he wants passed. Anything that he wants done, he can get passed. So don't believe it when he goes up with these alcohol licenses. All you got to do is tell Dietrich, Linda, and Bernetta, and Purdy what he wants done, and it'll get done. So if he was for this community, he would get those things done. So that's just the back base. But what I'm saying is, he's not wanting to preserve this slave site. He does not want to preserve anything that make history. He could probably make more money and draw more black people to this region, to this city, if he was to do this right. But he doesn't want to because he don't care about black people. Y'all can tell him I say that he don't. His actions prove it. But you got some people with blindfolds who don't want to see nothing. They don't want to hear nothing. You know? Well, and it's just bad.
Go ahead, Bernard, because you haven't been on.
It's let me tell you something right now. And I'm sending a message to every Savannah person, black person in Savannah. Until y'all get y'all head out y'all ass, period, and see really what's going on. If I've been gone from here for 40 years, and if I come back and been here only for 4 months and I see what's going on, then it's a problem. It's a problem. This man don't care about nobody but himself. And I don't care. Brother, I don't care about this man. I'm telling you right now, I don't like this man. This man is only for himself and the white community. They build this community now only for tourists. At the end of the day, they don't care about the black people here because you know why? Because the black people don't care about themselves. They accept things just to accept it. And when one thing about the black people here is like if another black person say, oh, it's okay, then everybody says it's okay. They don't want to rattle the fence. They think Alicia and Bernetta and Keisha, they're just wild women just running around trying to make trouble. At the end of the day, y'all got y'all trouble. Y'all made the bed, y'all lie in it. Van, let me tell you what happened. Van got caught up in a lie in his press conference when this white man asked him, he said, during the St. Patrick's Day, this is the least arrest that ever made since they had a St. Patrick's Day. And the white man got up and said, well, I was in a conversation with a couple of high-profile police officers, and they was dictated to say, don't make no arrest. Only arrest to make was DUI, domestic violence, and if somebody disturbing the peace. Other than that, don't make no arrest. If you ain't making no arrest and none of that happened, it's gonna be less. And then he got a nerve to stand up and say, they asked him, said, do you know about it? He said, no, I ain't heard nothing like that. Van is a big ass liar. And I said it. And if you
the order probably came from him, Bernard. The order probably came from him.
It came from him. He got caught up in this word that he didn't know that white man was gonna ask him that. So he started biting his tongue back. Anybody know when you done got caught up in line, you gonna back your tongue back. And until these black folks down here in Savannah wake up and think it's good, it ain't good. It's terrible.
And
until you stand up and fight for what's right with y'all's on. And it's a lot of black people's fool, man. They think Van doing the greatest job in American history. That's what they think. Woman, hey, man, woman, y'all wicked. And then I'm telling you right now, and then I'm gonna shut up. Yes, I call you black man's punk on 2 shows ago, and you are. Because you got these women fighting for y'all, and all y'all want to do is sit around here and gabba with Becky and kiss up Van butt and all that. Dude, I ain't here to kiss your butt. I'm here to take you down because you is wrong for the black community in Savannah, Georgia. Matter of fact, you is wrong for Savannah. These white folks come in here in the tours, do what they gonna spend, and they going back to other places. Period. You right here making your house look good, but you're really making it look bad because you taking one section of Savannah and turning it into your playground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's all I got to say.
And let me add this. You got an alderwoman over here in the 5th District who sat up in a community meeting, looked at 80-year-old elderly people in the eye and told a bold-faced lie about the fairground. So Estella stands up, y'all. And you know what the first thing I heard mouth on her report was? We got a problem with beavers in Taterville. And I had to look to my constituents. You know who I'm talking about, Charlie. Are you serious? Beavers? When you sat there and shucked and jived, and let me tell you what they did. When Tatumville got through with her line sale, she sat there and told them all, I talked to the city manager, and the city manager report on the fairground was this. But then you turn right around and say, well, the city manager had a meeting about something in the district, but I wasn't privy to that. I'll be doggone. You mean to tell me you got a meeting going on with somebody who came from DC about your district and you wasn't in the room? You're a liar. And then guess what happened? Charlie Brown, I ain't gonna call his name. You know what I'm talking about. They asked her 3 questions in a row. Lie, lie, lie. Because what you failed to realize was all the one with Keisha Gibson Carr had just come in there and gave the truth. And so those people jacked you up. And then they told you, they tore up and chewed up so bad, all you could do is put your head up and walk out in shame. But they had the nerve today to make an announcement. Man, come on. One thing I'm going to say is this. Why would you say that, Robert? Why are you coming at us? Because when you got people who have blood, sweat, and tears and built their homes brick by brick, and they couldn't go to Havisham Woods, they couldn't go to Georgetown, they're important to me. They're our elders. They're our ancestors. And they deserve the truth. And if you can't give them the truth, I'm going to tell you what I told them when you left. I ain't scared to say I don't know. And I'm not going to lie to them. But they deserve better. These people deserve better because this is theirs. It's not scared. It's not the tourists. It's theirs.
My question to you, if you was elected tomorrow, would you show up at the meeting when a black business license is on the line?
And I want to speak to Jackie Semesso directly right now. Let me tell you what I would have done with that. If I was not feeling it, because you got to read, Estella. First, you got to read. So if I wasn't feeling the proposal, or, you know, whatever, I would have had a conversation with Jackie looking at this is how right. I mean, that's what you do. You have a conversation with, I ain't feeling this. And I'm going to tell you why I ain't feeling it. But I would not be so much of a coward as to not show up because my mayor told me not to. You got to handle people correctly. Because guess what? You got a black business. You got a black business. You done hurt all of the black businesses in this city because you don't want nobody to have something you ain't got. And your food ain't that good in the first place. So let's be real about it. No, I'm gonna go there. I said the gloves are off. They are off. Ain't nobody gonna hold me back because this is the end of the day. You done dogged out our people. It's time for you to get dogged out. And I'm not gonna miss now word going forward. You're not gonna sit here and do my people all kind of ways. Because my daddy's blood, sweat, tears in this land. My mama's blood, sweat, tears over here. So I don't care what you like and don't like. But what I'm not gonna allow you to do is sit up here and dog shit on our elders and our ancestors because you want all the gold.
No. The only thing I was gonna say, the absence of her from that meeting, out of sight, out of mind, and that's what she was trying to portray. But that was wrong. She should have stand up and represent, because that's what they elect her to do, not to hide.
Well, here's the thing: you hiding because you didn't want to split the vote. You a coward.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What you should have done was have told that young lady, I ain't gonna vote for it, and this is why. or go ahead and vote for it and support your people. But don't go hide behind the closet because, again, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to handle people. I bet you won't go hide from your family. I bet you won't go hide from somebody who offer you a check. I bet you won't hide from that school. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about the school. Okay, I'll leave it alone now.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay. Well, there's certain things, and y'all can speak on any of these things since it seems like an open discussion on all these subjects. So I'm gonna just give y'all the subjects and then we can talk about it. We got the weeping time, which we're talking about right now, with their being afraid to do what needs to be done to secure that area for lasting memory for our ancestors for what happened in that spot. You got crime. Crime took a little slight decrease, but is now back on the rise with a couple of murders lately, shootings everywhere. So you got 8 officer involved shootings in 12 months. You got abuse of resources. The mayor he has his own private security force. You got 3 people that I've seen, a white guy, 2 black people, one guy with a beard, a black woman, and a white guy. And they protect the mayor in a small city like Savannah. They protecting the mayor. This is abuse of resources. What the hell are they thinking about? Why I saw him today while we was over there looking at who was going into this meeting. Van got dropped off, didn't he, Charlie? By a security guard. By a police officer. Crime is on the rise, Van. Why are you using a police officer? You the first one in the history of Savannah to have 3 damn security guards. You don't need none. Ain't nobody looking for you but Bernard.
Julius, I'm not trying to change the whole. I'm not trying to change anything, and I'm glad you put it out there. But I was incognito today. I had on my dog shades and a cap. Now people know I was over there, Julius.
Yeah, they didn't know who you was.
I was incognito.
I saw you with your binoculars. And
you was telling where you was. I tell him. You want me to tell him?
Hey, man. It's
Guess what, Bernard? You want to know what your mayor was with that sorry security guard and the tenant windows of the 4 and the city of Savannah had a call there at that doggone announcement. That was a doggone mess. How you got the city at an elected official's announcement and the mayor won't endorse them? Well, guess what? I'm after you too. We're going to make sure Keisha gets a call as the 68th mayor of Savannah. And I said that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, first of all, that's not my mayor, but I'm leaving. Let me tell you what's wrong with Savannah. I'm telling you right now. And y'all going to think I'm crazy. Savannah got too many police officers. Savannah got too many police officers that not doing anything.
That part.
They got too many police officers that not do. I done seen 5 and 6 police officers in one area. All they doing is talking. You know what I'm saying? They ain't stopping no crime. Because crime, like you said, crime going up. They are not doing anything. Nothing whatsoever. Period. And at the end of the day, man, y'all gotta. I say y'all, but I'm here. It's a big problem in Savannah, Georgia. It's a leadership problem in Savannah, Georgia. Y'all got a mayor that he think he Hollywood. You need 3. Matter of fact, Joe Biden don't even have 3 security guards with him 24/7. Ain't nobody want you, dude. Ain't nobody want you. Only person want you is that dude in New York City. Yes, I said it.
Nick Palumbo, my
and at the end of the day, at first, I'm gonna ask y'all a question because what is the mayor? What are any mayor responsibility in this city? What's their responsibility? Just tell me.
Look over the
crime
area responsibilities of the city.
Crime.
They share.
Transportation, waste.
They share, but the mayor actually lead city council and they help write policies. But we're a city manager driven town. It actually goes through the city manager, but the mayor job is to get information from his constituent, the city, and take it to the city manager and say, this is what we need done. He is the CEO of the city of Savannah.
Okay, so you got the mayor's black, the city manager is black.
No,
No, city manager's white.
The city manager is white.
No.
Oh, okay.
You just got it from DC.
well,
No,
really. The thing is you know, you could let the only time that we need to consider color is when you're talking about the group of them, knowing that there are 7 African Americans on that council, super majority. You have an opportunity to do things for this city. Where's all the things in the city going? Where construction? Where's it going? Where's the printing and documents to be printed and all that stuff? Where's it going? Where is advertising? Where is it going? What are they giving back to our community? You know, they got a Savannah First policy, which is great. But now you have the majority of the city, which is African American, and you aren't giving them anything. Who has he hired in key positions in the black community? He said that Marty Johnson would be gone. She's there before. They fired her when Eddie DeLoach came in. Van Johnson brought her back, saying she'd be there for 6 months. Now she's been there for over 36 months.
And
So
don't forget
Van Johnson is a liar. All he does is tell people stuff, and he don't mean none of it.
And Julius, don't forget about the chamber. How much money they give the chamber?
Give the chamber $11 million a year, don't they? $11 million a year you give to the chamber. That does what? They don't promote anything for black people. They don't use anything for black people. They don't use black services. They don't do a damn thing. But y'all got them in office. It's time for a change. Remember, in November, they got to go.
And let me give you an example of what Julius is talking about. Remember the Maynard Jacksons and Andrew Youngs and all that of Atlanta, right? Remember Herman Russell? Herman Russell grew his business because you know why? They gave that black man a contract. That's an example of what he's talking about. You will not get it down here.
Yeah.
You're too scared.
Yeah.
I can see contracts. So the contracts are always going to go to somebody else, but they will never go to somebody that looks like us or businesses that look like us. And that's a problem.
One of the things dear to Bernard is the housing authority, and I know he helps his family out with the business that they have, and the housing authority with the elevators. And you go ahead, Bernard. You
know what? I'm gonna piggyback. I have never seen a city that don't care about the older folks. I have never seen this. Every place I went to, on Waters, on Havisham, whatever that elder people stay, they complain. It's a mess. It's a hot mess, man. These folks are complaining. These folks sometimes don't have no nothing to eat. The people that taking care of them is abusive to them. They talk to them all kind of way. I'm telling you right, I'm be honest. Some of the people that come out there, elderly people smell. They ain't get taken care of. And on still on the one on Waters, man, it's ridiculous. I don't know what the house authority do. I don't know what they doing, but I have never seen a city brutalize and treat the black people the way they treat them in this city here. And for y'all to stand up and constantly let this happen is a shame. It's a damn shame. I guarantee you. And I'm gonna say this.
Say it.
Sometimes you might have to go to a white leadership than go to a black leadership. At the end of the day, at least they're gonna come to the table and say, let's talk about it.
Well,
and let me say this out.
They'll feel the same pressure Van Johnson feeling.
Let me say this out. Okay. You got, matter of fact, you got too many people that's in leadership. It's been there too long. It's time to move on and make a change. It's time to move on and make a change. But these folks so scary to talk about it, to talk about people. It's ridiculous. You got people that's gonna ride with us, and then once they done hear who we talking about, they're gonna ride out.
Bye.
I'm tired.
And you make a great point, Bernard. The only thing that I can say is that it shouldn't be about color. It should be
it's not.
But it is because
color.
Right.
No, it's not about color, Drew. It's not about color. It's not about color. Trust me, I'm 60 years old. If I had a problem with color, then I wouldn't be able to at where I'm at now. I'm not, like they always say, my best friend is black. No, my best friend is white too. I'm talking about this Jewish. Black folks don't stick together. And that's why the white folks do the way they do, because I'm guaranteeing you at the end of the day, it's not about color, it's about right and wrong. It's about putting people that look like us in position and take advantage of us. They take advantage of us.
Well, and that's what I was going to defend. I was defending what you said.
Yeah.
That it shouldn't be about color.
Right.
But it happens to be because it's a majority black council that isn't looking out for their people. If this was a majority white council, we could understand it better. And, we'll all be together trying to say you need to do more. Yeah. But now you have a black council in place that disregards the needs of their constituents.
Yeah.
For underserved communities that have been underserved for 100 years. And they do nothing. And they lie to you and tell you lies like Estella Shabazz said, like Robert said, Estella Shabazz does. They lie to you and tell you how great it is by giving out some free lunch and damn blankets over there on the east side like Deidre and Linda. They lie to you every day with Van Johnson doing what he's doing, telling you what he wants to tell you, thinking that you're going to believe every lying word out of his mouth. The man is a damn liar. He lied to me at lunch. We went to lunch every other Tuesday or Wednesday for 6 months. Told me all the great things that he wanted to do. He ain't done that damn one yet.
Yeah.
That's why I am irate.
Well,
if you lied to me, Van Johnson.
If you can get Fannie Lou, I want Fannie Lou to chime in, because Fannie Lou, and I had to call Fannie Lou and thank her, because Fannie Lou opened that door so that I could lead. And Fannie Lou had a difference, and we had a conversation. And I wanted you to talk about what inspired you to run, because you saw more mess than me. But had it not been for you, she wouldn't be. Her foundation might be a little bit strong, but you helped crackle that down.
Well, I mean, the same thing was going on back when I decided to run. This is nothing new. That's why I'm so quiet, because everybody acts as if, they just stopped doing things for the community. But I wrote a whole manifesto about the fact that Black leadership was doing nothing back in 2014 and 2015 when I was trying to get that 5th district seat. But this was when the Wonder Twins were at their best in the 5th district, because it was the Shabazz ass and the Shabazz ass, and we wasn't getting nothing. I don't know what I don't know what Bob James got his girl doing over there in the 5th district on the county side now, but I don't have a good outlook on Bob James either, because he's one of the other people that has been bankrolling these leaders and getting what he needs out of it, out of the city or whatever, and it's the heck with the regular people, and big shout outs to Julius, because I could have gotten that seat and we wouldn't even be talking about all this if Julius went on some type of, madman writing campaign against me. So, but I digress,
Well, and that's what I want the people of Savannah to hear. You have this upper echelon of well-to-do, wealthy Black folk who believe that they hold the other gatekeepers to certain spaces and certain seats. But the problem I have with that is, and I grew up in a middle-class home right here in Liberty City, the problem I have with that is you are hurting those on the lower class. You're hurting those in poverty, and you're making poverty greater. last time on Alicia's show, we realized that the city of Savannah is about 56% African American, but of all that 56%, African Americans in the city of Savannah account for 96% of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
What I need y'all to do, upper echelon, is to stand down, because the people you are supporting are killing us. And now I have a major problem with it. I do.
Yeah. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. So, and this happened today. So my business partner that I got, Top Flight Spoker, my business partner is a white guy. He support, we've been business for 8 years. And so he called me today, right? He said, hey, Bernard, I need you to come to North Carolina because I need you to come do this, do this sports show for me. I need you to come. And so I said, I'm down here in Savannah. You know what he told me? He said, you need to leave Savannah. He said, because I hear you talking to, he said, ain't nobody listening at the end of the day. So if they don't want to help themselves, then why you down there trying to help them? You need to come on and let's run our business. And there's a white man say that. Because he sees it too. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not about what color you is. It's about right and wrong. It's about what kind of heart you have to help people.
Right.
To help people. He don't even know Van, but don't like him. He already see like that dude ain't nothing but a big liar. He told me that today on the phone. And it's a white man. You know what I'm saying? So when a white man call you a liar, you a liar.
Because they know what they look like.
A liar.
Sean, would you like to put input in or?
No, I'm good. I want to come back to Savannah. I don't want to
and then I'll take your turn for a minute.
Oh, well, I knew that was coming.
all we trying to do is to educate the viewers because they are confused about what Van and his leadership are doing. It's hurting you guys. Please look and see exactly what's going on. That's all I'm asking you. Again, I'm telling you, you vote for who you wanna, but please look and see what's going on. Like Julius, Bernard, and Robert are saying, and Sonia, and what they're saying.
Let me tell you this, Charlie. This is how insensitive this man is to black people. He had something happen about a year ago, and they were asking him where the black task forces.
Yeah.
And he had task forces for everything, crime, everything, and housing, but all they did was task force. Task force are things that you create to fool the people because they aren't going to do anything and you aren't going to implement what they tell you to implement. So they asked Van Johnson, where is black task force? He said, you don't need a black task force. The black task force we should have a white task force because the white people are the minority. Black people are the majority. Well, damn it, you are exactly right. If you was doing your damn job, we wouldn't need a black task force.
Exactly. And if the black people in the city didn't make up more than 80% of the poverty, correct, you wouldn't need a black task force.
Oh man.
Come on now.
Hey man,
He never said the words Black Lives Matter ever. Any of y'all ever heard him say it?
No, please.
He's afraid to because he will be jumped on by the establishment.
I want y'all to go back.
That's a better word.
Go to the March 21st edition last night on Alicia Miller Blakely Show. Well, we looked at the Metropolitan Planning Organization's booklet, the 2040 plan, and you look at that plan, and they did a racial. It's called a real plan when they looked at racial disparities in the city, and it's stupid and just asinine recommendations that came out of it. But you know who chaired that committee? Who was 2 mayors ago?
Otis Johnson. Otis Johnson is the biggest sellout in the history of this city. He went from Negro to man back to Negro.
Yeah.
Then had the nerve to write a book about black businesses or something. I'm like, you know what? I could just walk by you and just pee on you.
Oh, I think I got it.
I I can't agree on you guys.
Well, we know you wouldn't.
No,
Don't
the reason now I've allowed everyone to talk and I've been very polite. Okay? And all I'm saying is that I worked with Otis Johnson. Otis Johnson's intent was to make a major difference. And when he went in there, he ran up to some obstacles and they voted against him on a lot of stuff. For some reason, he did not have the numbers and a lot probably did not take place. But Otis won't change. And he tried to bring all the black groups together to make these changes. Because I was a part of that.
Well, then why did he
Otis,
show
wait a minute.
I don't wonder why he showed
Otis asked me, can we make a difference by running the Entrepreneur Center? And we did. We had so many black businesses go through the Entrepreneur Center to learn how to get their business off the ground. You needed a proper business plan and a lot of other stuff. So Otis Johnson did make a difference. It might not have been up to a lot of people what they wanted, but he did make a difference because Robert just said he even changed that information.
Well, Mr. Brown,
nobody said a bullshit committee.
Nobody said he didn't make a difference when he was mayor. We're talking about the difference that he's making now with all heading all of ad hoc campaign committees. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the guy now. We're not talking about the guy you knew then. Everybody at some point in their life has changed. And this man changed for the worse.
Yeah.
He talked about Alicia, Keisha, and Bernetta like they were adults. And any man from that position to go from where he went to where he went up to and disrespect black women like that in my face, he can never tell you that he didn't tell me that. Otis Johnson is what he is. A handkerchief head Negro.
Yeah. Hey, the best mayor, I'm telling you right now, the best mayor that when I was here, the best mayor I was under was John Recycle. Because you know what? John Recycle was for the people of Savannah. He didn't care what color it is. He had his best friend was the biggest drug dealer in Savannah Ray. That was his best friend. And every time Savannah Ray went to jail on Monday, he got out on Tuesday morning. All you had to do was call Recycle. And y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Say what you want. This guy, man, he was for Savannah, no matter what. So, and that's when he was there, that's when I left. So the rest of these bums y'all talking about, I really don't know. But at the end of the day, things got to change, man. Things got to change because at the end of the day, you know, it's getting ridiculous. And the only way you can change it, you know, folks need to go November and vote. We're not bashing the person because I really don't know them. What I'm saying is what we see is time for a change. Vote for the person who's with you. Vote for Robert Bryan for 5th District. Vote for Alicia for her alderman post. Vote for the new mayor of Savannah, Georgia, and Miss Carter. At the end of the day, a woman gonna do I ain't nothing against y'all men now, but I'd rather vote for a woman to do the job than for a man to do it because a man gonna sell you out. A woman gonna stand up and fight until the end. Look at Sonya in that corner right there. I would vote for her for the next damn mayor. Trust me on that.
But no, let me add this. But no, you're gonna know this, and everybody on here know this if you're from Savannah. See, let's go all the way back to Recycles. When Benny Mitchell was out here, Reverend Mitchell was out here advocating for y'all. Y'all want to talk about him. Oh, yeah. You want to just go play nice. Don't say nothing. But you got a parade and you got MLK Boulevard. Just play nice, and you're doing the same thing now. Just play nice. So what has playing nice gotten us? But when somebody go out there and stand strong and advocate and don't take no trash, then they become rowdy. But then you didn't allow somebody to call them a ghetto black bitch. Are y'all crazy? Come on, Bernard.
Robert,
make it make sense.
Robert and Mr. Brown, could y'all address this question on the bottom of the screen?
I ain't never heard him say nothing. I've never heard him say it, Ivan.
Okay, well, Mr. Brown.
Well, hold on. Let me. I never heard him say it, but here's the thing: a task force, because we've seen about 1 million of them, should come back with recommendations that make sense. A task force should have people that are around the table that can influence the conversation, add value to the conversation. When you do a task force like you did with that real task force around community and urban development and planning, you don't have people like Dr. Deidre Grimm at the table because you don't want to hear the truth, then your task force is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. So what I don't like about these task forces and what I don't like about this stuff is a bunch of smoke and mirrors, because what you got is people who are putting their friends around the table, who are giving you political favors, who will pat you on the back for doing absolutely nothing, and we get nothing from it. And again, what I don't like about it is the people in my district, like District 5, and some people in the district like District 1 who suffer. And that's why I have a problem with it, because they're 16 years sorry ass sat over there in District 1 and done nothing for them people. And you're doing nothing now.
But Mr. Brown,
I did not hear.
Hold on.
I did
Mr.
not
Brown,
hear.
Mr. Brown, could you address the irony of what he said? Address it from that standpoint. You know what
I tell you what. I'm gonna yield the floor to my brother Jamal and let him explain it. I'll yield my time to brother Jamal.
Hey, he must be don't hear you.
I think my computer is moving slow. I think I'm gonna come in through my phone. I'm gonna log back in because it's moving slow.
And the reason I yield my time to brother Jamal, because he is so elegant about explaining things, he might do a good job.
Hey, is it? You don't have to be an English teacher to explain nothing now. What's right and what's wrong, Mr. Brown? Hey, if you passionate about what you're saying,
it was a question, Bernard, that I didn't never have Van say it. I was told he stated that we didn't need a black task force because the city council was the black people task force.
Hey, he said we don't need a black anything. That's what he said. We don't need a black anything.
Well, but Van is right. He is right. He's exactly right. I agree with Van Johnson on that. You don't need a black task force. The city manager is there doing what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, the city council is supposed to be doing. Now, y'all address that while I take this call.
But now, what's your thoughts? And I want you to, because I
can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, what are your thoughts about it? Because right now, it's gloves off. I think I'm tired of it. Gloves off. So you answer raw, uncut, and unapologetic. Yeah.
But you know what? It's a lot of things that I've been saying, and some people don't like what I'm saying, because like I always tell people, I don't have until I'm ready to be a voter. I don't have a actually fight in it, but I do have a fight in it because I came from here. My parents came from here. I see what's going on here. I have never seen a city that got the majority of it is black. Then you got black leadership, and the way they treating these black folks in Savannah is a shame, man. And I'm emotional. I cry. I hear these people crying, but they say they don't have nobody listening to them. And if you go and if you got to go knock on these doors, you got to go to these people places. You got to really and truly listen to what they're trying to say. Don't focus on the people who are already gonna go to the polls and vote for Van. Focus on the people who don't understand what's going on. Those are the people that's gonna have you win. The people that don't know and listen to other people that saying, yeah, he's doing a good job. If somebody comes tell me one more time that he's doing a good job, I know something.
Well, and let me bring you back on that. Anybody that says that, because I saw Reverend Smalls give an example of this the other night. I want anybody who thinks that mayor is doing a good job to give me one example of what they see. One example. Give me one example. Come put it in the chat. Come text me. Give me one example. One.
Well, that is exactly what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to bring the information. We're trying to bring stuff to the individual. We're trying to educate you so you can see what's going on. The question that I ask every individual, if he's doing such a great job, tell me what it is that he's doing so great, other than COVID-19, which he did a good job with his leadership. Now, I'm not going to knock that.
Joe Biden did.
But beyond that point, Robert, tell me what else has he done?
I got two.
Go ahead, Sean.
He put $20 million on Broughton Street in bricks.
So who you telling?
If you live on Broughton Street, he doing the best.
Yeah.
If you live on Broughton Street.
Yeah, I love it, Sean. You got a point there. Other than that,
real good point, Sean.
Jill, he got me on that, boy.
Oh, I don't know what happened to Dr. Grimm tonight. She was supposed to be on the show, but she didn't show up. We afford you any opportunity that you want to get here. But if you're gonna come, I need you to come. If you're not, I need you to tell me you're not. We told the people that you would be here and you didn't show, so you could tell me whatever else later on.
I have a question, real, if I'm not cutting you off, on maybe a strategic thing on the liquor license or whatever. Now, is the people that they're granting liquor license, and it's just question for devil's advocate type, are the people that they're granting liquor licenses to, are they centralized to one area? Like maybe they want one area to be party city and everywhere else to be, like, say, alcohol free.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me give you a quick snapshot. No, they're giving license all over the city of Savannah, but when it comes to a black person to get a liquor license, they have to jump through all sorts of hoops. For an example, it's over 600 licenses in Savannah, and there are only about 8 black people have a liquor license in Savannah. There's something wrong with that picture. And they find all sorts of excuses to keep them from getting licenses. And that's not right. And people are not owning up to the truth. And I'm trying to educate people to let them know that's what's taking place. Ask Van why. Why do they vote no every single time?
Yeah.
Have anybody ever tried to
license all over the city of Savannah?
Has anybody ever tried to mirror, like say Old Charlie's, or mirror everything that these guys have, or say done
all the time? All the time.
Still no results?
All the time, Sean. I'm saying if you're going to be about it, you need to understand and study city council. I've been griping on it for years, and no one can come and rebuttal me. Check it out. There's over 600 liquor and beer licenses in the city, and we only have 8. Now, so you telling me it's only 8 people do it right, and all the rest get turned down? If anyone want to tell that to me, don't piss in my face and tell me it's raining, because I ain't buying it.
That's bias, and I'll say it again. I keep hinting to the people, every person, every business that has attempted to get a liquor license, if you have been turned down, because they can't keep moving the goalposts for no reason, and they should file a class action lawsuit, because, I don't care what you tell me, but this does not pass the smell test.
Well, the city, the matter of fact, there is a couple suing the city now. They're going to have the city in court because they did everything they need to do. They crossed the T. I'm going to get you, Jamal. they're doing everything possible, and the city still turned them down. So go ahead, Jamal.
And there will possibly be another suit that's going to be filed also by another African-American business owner who also had an issue with regards to the liquor license. One of the things that they have behind, and people need to be aware of, what they're going to say, particularly with regard to African-American communities, they're going to say that sometimes the neighborhood associations are the ones who do not want to have the alcohol establishments there in their communities. So that's why, and I'm just saying this out there to the audience out there, because we talk about a lot of stuff. He talk a lot of stuff on the Rabble, but I don't hear people talking about telling people who are listening to y'all to become a part of your neighborhood associations. That is crucial, because that's one of the ways that they use, because they go to those meetings with those neighborhood associations and they are spitting out some of the stuff. And so again, some of y'all checking out the Rabble, some of y'all don't even know what your neighborhood association is. And guess what? You got from county commissioners to county chairmen to the mayor to city council members and state representatives and school board representatives going to those city council, going to the neighborhood association meetings. And that's where you can go and really get them on some of it right here. So just throwing it out there.
But I understand exactly where you're coming from. But guess what? The Patels and others are still being approved. So I guess they're not stepping up when it comes to the Patels, and I can't name some of the others. When it comes to the blacks, they're finding problems. What I'm saying, then blacks have to jump through hoops to try to get their license. So you telling me it's 600 business licenses in this city, and there are only 8 of them black? There's something wrong with that disparity. That's all I'm saying. I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate you sharing that information about the community meetings and stuff.
And these 10 to 12 people that show up at these, because it ain't a whole lot. It's a lot of old people, and it's probably about 10 or 12 of them, that show up at these community meetings and that are faithful members of the community association.
But they still stop.
Tell me you want me to buy that Kool-Aid and make me believe that, it's the community associations that's saying that they don't want that business. Well, I remember when the community association didn't want that. Remember when they were putting that, a storage facility right there as you coming into, as you going into Nottingham? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And nobody wanted that, right? Nobody wanted it. But stupid behind John Hall, he hung about, it's going to bring...
That's my friend.
He was your cousin back then, whatever. I don't care. But holler about, it's going to bring jobs. How many damn jobs does a storage facility bring? Somebody. 2. Okay. So he got his pockets, even though the community association had already said they didn't want it. All the people said they didn't want it, but it still made its way out there.
You know what's supposed to go there? Affordable houses. And They stopped them from putting affordable houses there. They voted against them. They say it will bring down their property value over there, okay?
Selective listening.
And be honest with you, those 12 or 14 people will stop licensing, but the question is, why hadn't they stopped the Patel and a lot of the other people?
Because the Patels got their I's dotted and their T's crossed.
No, I didn't know that the black community had community, meetings, all that. I thought all the community, I thought they went to Port Whitworth and Pooler,
No, I thought Liberty City has the biggest one. Liberty City has the biggest, most active one.
But I agree with Mr. Brown. If you got 600 and then there's only 8 in the black, You know, that's
Come on
just a
now.
bunch of
That's
BS.
so glaring.
Jamal, go ahead, Jamal.
Well, and the reason why I put it out there is that is the excuse that has been used. So because now you know that's the excuse that's been used, that's why you now have to go and assess and say, hey, how does it work with everyone? Because with the crew, if y'all, just like y'all talking about this right here, what was one of the issues that Linda used with regards to the crew? It was that she said the neighborhood association did not want it there. So anybody know what neighborhood association that is? That's Parkside and all of that. And so who's over at Parkside? That is a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood association. And that again, and that's again, and it goes, and it's not, you know, we talk about the alcohol, but that goes over even with regards to, that's why recreational football is not played at Daffin Park like that anymore. But now here go the deal. Parkside, they did not have a problem with a development being done over there for homes over there. So, but when it came to the alcohol, that was the excuse that was used. See, I tell people, you got to understand about smoke screens. And that's a part of the smoke screen. They go and say that, and I'll say there have been some other elected officials also who some people support who've gone along with that because they say if the council member doesn't want it there, and that's the other thing, if the council member doesn't want it there from that district, they will go along with that. So just saying, hey, and so I'm going to share something with y'all right now because John put something out there. He said that he's Caucasian. He's not here. That's his divided Black community. So I'm going to go back in time and share something with y'all. And some people don't realize this, but I'm going to go back and tell you. We're at the place that's now known as Kim Cafe, but that's when it was the Garden of Eden there. A statement was made. They said that the Black community, what we're experiencing right now is from a divided Black community. And in particular, they named why our community became divided was based on two bankers or a group of bankers who could not get together, who divided up the Black community, had people on various sides. And even today, when you look at some of the politics here, it is tied to that right there. And so West Savannah has an active neighborhood association that do not work on behalf of the people. Woodsville. So some of y'all talking about Woodsville, that again, here go your leadership saying one thing, but the people saying something else. That's why the whole whipping time issue is. So I'm just saying, and basically I'm just be frank and say what they said. We are in the condition that we're in right now, Savannah, because the Qs could not get together. Because what some of y'all know, the Qs had banking, the Alphas had education, then the Kappas had. That's essentially how the community had been. And so when the Qs divided up from Benny R. Mitchell and everybody and Bob James, so I'm just going to put the names out there. And that's why I tell you, that's why it is so important for us to know. I can come on and joke and laugh with y'all, but that's why I tell people, other people like Keisha going to say, talk to Jamal. Jamal going to tell you, I'll joke about it because that's what I'm saying. This is the stuff that I have to deal with all the time. And I'm like saying, right now, our Black media need to be the one to not bring the community together. That is essential. So when John McMaster said what he said, I'm like saying, and I'm having a deja vu moment. I had a dream about this right here, that somebody said something like that. And that's why now we got to bring us together because we are dealing with the remnants of people, this elitism who divided up the community, and we still feeding off of them. When I say don't feast off of them, don't feed off of them, create your own new meal.
Yeah, and you're right. And people need to understand this here. And I'm going to give, me and Jesus, we see eye to eye, and sometimes we don't. But if y'all Savannah, y'all be a damn fool if y'all can't listen to that young man right there. Because at the end of the day, he giving you the history. He telling you what's going on. And he right. Me and him went to this the Weeping Time. Me and him went to the Weeping Time meeting. Couple remember that? And they said about Woodsville service, and we said the other, they divided. That's exactly what they said. And at the end of the day, we people treat us this way because we allow it. And when we gonna say enough is enough? Stop always listening to the people always say about the ones that quiet, they get things done. And why the ones that quiet ain't gonna get nothing done? They ain't gonna get nothing done. The ones who raising hell and fighting for y'all, and y'all ain't gonna jump on our piggyback and go with us, then y'all gonna be the damn fool left behind.
At the end of the day, if you don't think the person like Akeisha and Alicia just stop and listen to what they have to say.
Right.
It is about you, for you. But you closing them out because there's a snake oil salesman being pretty smooth at putting things in the right centers in the right period. Now, I'm not saying Keisha don't put things in Alicia, but I'm saying what you're hearing, rubbish, and it's not rubbish. You're hearing good stuff because they're fighting for you. She is like a bad refrigerator. Alicia, don't keep nothing. If it's about you or what's going on, she'll let you have it.
But we got about 3-4 minutes left, and we want to make sure if you start saying something, make it real short.
I'm through talking for the night. Thank you for allowing me.
Talking to you, I'm talking to the whole panel.
No, I'm through talking for the night. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And Sandra, it's good to see you. You look wonderful. I love your hair down. Julia, do something with that nose. And Bernard, it's good to see you with the great looking beard. And Jamal, it's always a pleasure because I know about them tickets and we'll talk about it in private.
I'd like to try to get through all of this and be finished with this topic until there's something new. If we don't have we're gonna find out what the deal is with the Waterworks, the building that we want to, because nothing is benefiting us at the Civic Center, the new arena. And John made a comment up here earlier. Does our new arena benefit us? And we need to talk about the Waterworks building because that's the only thing that would be beneficial to us. There's no incentives for us to go and say, come here. He should have had a big auditorium out there. What are those things on Forsyth Park? The amphitheater. The amphitheater. You should have had one of those there so people can come and have. Look all the parking there. It's a great place to go and park and have an event and rent part of the Civic Center where you can have that type of event there. A big event that you can have on the Civic Center parking lot. Plenty of parking. They aren't making any amenities for that community. There's nothing for the West Savannah community at that arena. Nothing. It's overpriced. We can't rent it. We can't do anything with it, but that's a discussion that we'll have pretty soon. John, it hurts because after a while, especially when they have traffic and they have big concerts and everything, those people are pissed off. They're building a big hotel or something right across from it. That is the beginning of gentrification. We all know what it is. Once they start doing all these type things, they move a little further and take a little bit more. They move a little further and take a little bit more. That's how gentrification works. So we'll talk about that another time. We want to tell our audience we didn't mean for this to be a local show because we try to talk on broad things all across the country, all the time, all across this country, all across this state. Tonight, we just had so much that was happening locally. We never even discussed Donald Trump. I guess he'll be arrested sometime before Friday, hopefully. And we'll get to that. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we didn't have a chance to talk about. We'll get to those later. This was just too important. We needed to get rid of the case against Van Johnson. And anybody got anything before we leave?
Yeah. I'm just telling Savannah people, just wake up and come out in November and make your vote count. Because if not, you're going to deal with 4 more years of what you're dealing with now.
All right. Sandra, anybody?
Yes, I want to say this. Bernard Brown, I do not appreciate the slander you put on your on my Facebook page about my wife needing her haircut. Bernard Brown, I got you in my sights. I called you last night. You didn't answer the phone. Understand that.
I saw that.
You think it's funny, Julius?
Dude, you started with me, man.
I saw it.
Dude,
you saw, I saw you smile. I saw you smile. Hey,
dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jamal, you started it. You put my picture with the punk behind me. You the one started. So I just, I had to do what I had to do, man.
All right,
y'all make me have an asthma attack. Brother, make me have an asthma attack.
And your wife need a new haircut.
All right. Charlie, anything? He said he was finished. Okay. We love you. Thank y'all for watching. Please share. Go out and vote. Like Kenneth Jenkins said, go out and vote.
Yeah.
We love you. We appreciate y'all watching. Please share the show. It'll be on again tomorrow sometime. We run it tomorrow and we'll run it Friday. Tune in, share. We love y'all, Savannah.
Yeah. Love you, Savannah, Georgia. Peace.
I don't know where the outro is, so oh, here it is. Okay, later.
I like that.